Am I the a-hole for telling my dad I'll quit my job if he keeps taking more of my paycheck? I'm 17F and live with my dad, 50M. My parents divorced when I was 11, and I don't really have a relationship with my mom. My dad and I have gotten along okay over the years, but since I started working, things have gotten tense. I got my first job last November at a local diner as a server. I usually work evenings after school and weekends. I make around $100 $200 a month after taxes. My plan from the beginning was to save up for a car and also start a college fund so I wouldn't have to take out huge loans. At first, my dad was proud of me for working. Then in February, he told me that since I was earning grown-up money, I needed to contribute to the household. I was fine with that. I started paying my phone bill and giving him $150 a month for utilities. It felt fair, and I still had plenty left to save. Then in May, he said rent was going up. We rent from a family friend, and I should start covering a portion. He bumped my contribution to $400 total per month. I didn't love it, but I adjusted my budget so I could still save around $500 to $600 a month. By July, he said he was struggling with bills and wanted me to give him $600 a month. I pushed back, but he reminded me that the bank account my paycheck is deposited into is one he opened for me when I was younger, and he still has access. I gave in because I didn't want to start a huge fight right before school started. The thing that set me off happened last week. I keep a small stash of cash in my desk drawer. Tips I get from the diner: for emergencies or times I just want to use cash instead of my card. There was about $250 in there. One night I came home from work and noticed it was gone. When I asked my dad, he said he borrowed it to buy household stuff. I asked what household stuff, and it turned out to be random things from Amazon and a new tool set for his garage. When I told him that was my money, he said, "Everything you make is basically family money." I told him that was ridiculous and that I work hard for every dollar I make. He shrugged and said if I'm living under his roof, I should be putting most of my money toward it. Then 2 nights ago, he told me starting next month, he wants $750 from me. That's over 60% of what I earn. If I do that, I'll barely have anything to save, and the whole point of this job was to save up for my future. For context, my work schedule is already exhausting. I get up at 6:30 a.m. for school, spend the whole day in classes, then work from 4 p.m. to close, sometimes not getting home until almost midnight. On weekends, I pick up double shifts. The job isn't glamorous. I'm on my feet all day, dealing with rude customers, wiping down tables, and running food when the kitchen is swamped. But I don't complain, because I chose to work so I could build some independence and save for my future. I've never once missed a payment for my share of the bills. I also help around the house, laundry, cleaning, mowing the lawn, without being asked. It's not like I'm freeloading, but every time I get a little ahead with my savings, he moves the goalposts and takes more. It feels less like helping and more like he's relying on me as part of his budget. I've tried explaining to him that if he keeps raising what I owe, I'll never reach my goals. His answer is always that life's not fair and I should get used to sacrificing for family. But this isn't just a temporary pinch, this is becoming a pattern. My savings account has basically stalled out because he's taking so much. At this rate, I'll be working all these hours just to hand over the money to him and have nothing left to show for it. I told him flat out that if he keeps taking more and more of my paycheck, I'll quit my job entirely. My reasoning: if I'm not working, there's no paycheck for him to take. He said that was manipulative and that I'm trying to punish him for doing his best to provide for me. Now he's barely speaking to me unless it's about money, and I'm seriously thinking about following through just to make a point. So am I the a-hole if I quit?